All right, this tutorial video is going to walk you through drawing one of the parts for the phone holder design. There's been some questions, there might be some questions about the center support. And so we're going to just do a quick tutorial on how to model this. Before we start, it's good to just kind of see what we're trying to do here. Let's maybe zoom in on this. Um, First of all, this is a symmetrical part. So this center line right here represents that whatever is above it is the same as below. So to speed up the drawing process, we're going to just draw the top half. And I'm going to use a tool called Mirror to, um, to create the bottom. So feel free to pause the video and follow along and rewind it if needed. And let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a sketch on the, that's doesn't matter which plane we're really using here, but here I'm on the top. I'm just going to rotate that around. And I'm going to draw in a center line that you see on your screen. So I'm going to get into just the regular line command, and I'm going to draw a center line right here. And you'll notice that if I start at my origin, I'm going to draw a horizontal line the entire length of the part, which is 4.91 inches. All right. So this is the entire length of my part. I've got this center line. I'm going to get back into the line command. And notice that not every line is going to be dimensioned, but I'm going to start, the plans have enough information for you to get this part drawn. And so I'm just trying to zoom, there we go. I need to deselect center, otherwise I'm going to keep drawing center lines. And I'm going to start at the origin and I'm going to go up. Now it gives me the entire width of, I should say the height of that, it's at 0.8. While I'm drawing half of it, so I'm going to say 0.4. Okay, and let's see, I've got an angled line, and I can see that it's 87 degrees. And so I think the easiest thing to do here is I'm just going to randomly draw this. See how I'm kind of finding this endpoint? Okay, well, I'm going to draw it at an angle. Okay, so this is, I'm kind of just freehanding this, but I'm going to put this at an angle of 87 degrees. Okay, so now I know that that line runs all the way across, and I've got that angle right. But what I need to do is add a couple of the tabs that are on here. So there's something called the detail view, which is an enlargement of an area. And the reason for that detail view is that it's showing you that these tabs are perpendicular to the angle. So they don't go straight up, they sort of go at an angle. And you can see that I've got a little perpendicular symbol that shows up when I'm drawing perpendicular. And I'm going to make these longer than they need to be. Again, I'm staying perpendicular, and I'm getting kind of just drawing in this tab. Well, we're going to add some dimensions to it. So the first dimension from this line to this endpoint, okay, notice how that dimension is at an angle. If it isn't, you might need to right click. Let's see, it doesn't give me that option. Make sure you do select this line first, and the dimension will follow that angle. And it tells me that this should be 0.38. The distance between the two tabs is 0.5. And the height, so from here to here, this should be 0.115. So I've got that tab in place. I'm going to talk about this line here in a minute. I'm going to add the other tab, which is going to be drawn the exact same way. I'm going to zoom in on it so I can start sort of on and perpendicular to. Remember, I don't want to draw them vertical or horizontal. Another dimension they give me is the distance between this line and this line. Notice that the dimension follows or is perpendicular to that. That's what we want. That's going to be 2.7. Now I pushed it to the other side. So all I'm going to do is just drag that over. And let's see, I'm going to dimension the width of the tab to be 0.5. And again, the height of that tab to be 0.115. So these two are complete. I'm going to get rid of the line right here by using the trim command. There we go. The last thing I need to do is add the notch down here. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And let's see here, the depth of that rectangle, the depth of it going in is 0.115. And if we take a look at our dimensions at your sheet, it is, the whole thing is 1.4. And then we've got 0.45 and 0.45. Well, that's 0.9. So there's a balance of a ½ inch. Well, half of that would be a ½ inch. So this is going to be 0.25. Same thing with the trim command. I'm going to get rid of this line right here. Oops. It says can't be trimmed. That's because it's part of that rectangle. And so I'm just going to click on it and delete it. And now I can trim that. There we go. This part is pretty much done. I just need to mirror it. So here's how we perform the mirror command. This might be new to you. So we're going to go right here to mirror. We're going to select the geometry to mirror. So that would be all of the lines. Notice if I go this way, I only select lines that are completely enclosed. If I go this way, I get a dashed box. And now I've got all these lines selected. I'm going to select the mirror line, which is this. And when I hit apply, look at that. I've got a completed shape. To complete this, we're going to extrude it. Notice that I can extrude both sides. I'm going to extrude that to 0.115. Give this part a color and save it as center support.